Well, hello there, guys. Welcome back to another episode of Everyday EDC. My name is Tyler, and you might be saying, why the hell am I looking at this dirty, nasty pan that I admittedly, as a man, have still cooked stuff in the oven with and ate? Yeah, that's happened. But, those of you that watch this channel, if you haven't done that, man, I hate to say this, guys, but grab your shit and get out, you know what I mean? Just kidding. I might just be gross. Well, you might be asking, hey, what the hell are you going to do with that? Kind of like Donkey from Shrek. Hey, what you going to do with that? You know? But you might be asking yourself why I have some acetone here, why I have a pair of pliers, and more importantly, why do I have a probably unsafe old-ass propane torch? What the hell are you going to do with that? Well, what we are gonna do with this is see if we can anodize these. This is my show side. I'm trying to do it without scratching it. My show side titanium scale for my Spyderco Smog. Without further ado, I don't know what I'm doing. I have cleaned this off in hopes of getting all the grease off. Ooh, just caught a nose full of propane. That smells so good. I'm going to fast forward this so you guys ain't got to listen to the burning or nothing, but I'm just going to try to heat this up. The reason I got this underneath the towel is because my mat's under there and I don't want to melt my mat. And yeah, let's get going. Alright guys, so this is what we ended up with. I'm going to pause the video, come on back, and then we're going to clean it up and show you guys what it looks cleaned up and back on the knife. That was way easier than I thought it was. Be right back. And we are back. here is the skeleton. Let's throw this guy on there. Let's hope that I didn't warp the scales, because it looks like the scales are slightly warped from the heat up process. Maybe I heated it up too much in the middle. We will see. Learn from my mistakes. Learn with me. Let's do this. It looks pretty cool though. It might bring me back to the part where like cool, interesting point, if this isn't already on there. So the outside of this is stone washed, and I sanded down the bottoms. Look at the way that color pops versus that color. So that color's okay, but the points where I really sanded and cleaned up, it pops awesome. So what I might do on this next one, whenever I try it again, is try not to heat up that center so much. We'll see how that goes back on. But the colors really pop when you clean it up. If I were to just take some fine sandpaper or something like that. But I'm sure I made several mistakes in doing this. As this is my first time, I watched a couple videos and I'm like, dude, I just want to try. And that's why you guys watch this channel, just because let's just do dumb stuff, knife stuff together and call it a day, you know what I mean? But it does look pretty sweet. I'll have to clean that off, so I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm just kind of half-ass putting it back together, so this isn't about taking care of the knife, this is about dyeing these scales, right? So you guys can see the overall product. Don't do this unless you're safe and know what the hell you're doing when it comes to like fire and stuff. Children 18 and below, I don't recommend you try this without parental supervision. This is just so you guys can't come back and blame me when you burn down your friggin' house. But seriously, I mean, you guys can kind of see my setup. You guys know how I am and all of that, so just know that, you know, I was ready to do this. I wasn't ready to burn down my house. Let's see here. Action-wise, centering's almost perfect. No blade play up and down. I might be able to get away with a little bit more. It's not perfect, so you can see I actually bowed my scales slightly more by heating them up, which I probably am doing that each and every time. Why? Because they were already jacked up. Like, that's part of the problem, is that these scales were already jacked up when I started, because you guys know about my situation with these. They came in jacked up. They're probably already heated to that position, and that's probably the position they want to return to when they're heated up again. But the centering's still better. But let's see if we could turn a little bit more light for you guys. Might be able to squeak out something here. My kid wants to. Alright, so we got some light working with. So this, in the light, is how that actually turns out pretty cool in the light. It shows up a lot better on the camera and the light with that bright blue. It's actually pretty subtle. It's actually really subtle when it comes to in hand. But you see that side, and now you see that side. So, you know, my first flame nano, I literally am only able to do this because I found a torch in my toolbox that I didn't know I had. So I'm like, oh hell yeah, we're gonna do that. But realistically, guys, this is not hard to do. This right here, not hard to do whatsoever. Is it coming on? What's going on here? It's hard to actually see. You guys can see it. Yeah, in the light it shows up really, really nice. And that's probably because this is stone wash, so it's muting the color a little bit, or muffling the color. So you probably want some clean titanium, like on the other side where I sanded, which showed up real cool, right? I might try to do... you guys. We're gonna try it. I'm gonna try to take some light sandpaper to this and see if I get a better result. Why? Because that's the type of dumb shit we do. We'll fast forward this again. Oh boy. I wasn't gonna... You're about to be fired from the co-captain of... Don't you talk back to me. He's about to be fired from the co-captain of this team. So I'm not telling you guys to do what I do. You guys are learning with me. I've never done this before. But somebody's going to want to see this. And we're going to want to see how this goes. I just took some acetone to try and clean off any of the oils and stuff. I know they tell you to take Windex and stuff like that. Acetone works pretty much for everything in my opinion. And I could be wrong. My opinion very well may be the wrong opinion. Let's go get some sandpaper here. So I don't want to damage these scales, but I want to try and add a little bit of color better than I have. So rather than worry about the oils in my hand, I'm just going to take this and lightly rub it on this sandpaper. I could be doing this wrong, I could be doing it right, I don't know. We're experimenting at this point. You guys can, like I said, learn from my mistakes. If I screw something up completely, learn from my mistakes. Alright, it's actually... And this is the show side, so I don't recommend this at all. Unless it turns out just fine. Then you guys can go with it. I'm just trying to clean up so that the colors start popping a little bit side, like an idiot. See, talking and working are not my strong points. I was literally just sanding with sandpaper on the wrong side of the sandpaper. Like, who does that? What the fuck? And I could probably do this faster with some more coarse sandpaper, but what I don't want to do is take too much off and leave some scratches and stuff, so I'm perfectly content taking a little bit of time, and it doesn't have to be perfect. This is a trial. You guys will get to see it and laugh at me for the results and unsubscribe from the channel and just hurt my feelings. Got my kid terrorizing my animals right now. The funny part is I usually don't let him in here when I'm recording, but the day that I choose to use a blowtorch, he's in my room just hanging out with me. I figured because I probably fast forward through most of this. I don't really care about sounds and stuff in the background. But then again, I've been talking through most of it. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, we're gonna try that. We don't know if that's good, I don't know if that's bad, but let's try it. Kinda getting impatient here. This video is taking a little bit longer than I anticipated, but I also didn't anticipate doing this. Okay, we ready for round two? Bazinga. Be right back. Let's make sure nothing's on fire. Alright, let's go cool this guy off. Alright, and we're back. So, first, let me do a side-by-side comparison of the two. You could already tell, let's do it right in the light, that one turned out way better than the other. And what did we do? We prepped our titanium with a little bit of sanding. But what else did we do? So during the sanding process, besides this point, which I missed due to the due to where I was holding it at. I forgot that. But when I was sanding this down, you hit the edges more naturally with sandpaper. What gave that a really cool, like, shadow box look of titanium coloring, which it's hard to see. You can see it on the edges, really cool. So what it does is it makes the edges stand out like crazy. Now this is going to be my last attempt for tonight, but what I just wanted to show you guys is how easy this is to do. This is incredibly easy to do, and all it takes is a freaking blowtorch. I mean, this isn't much. This is just a propane fuel blowtorch, and I just so happen to luckily have that in my toolbox. But the prep, you can already see the color coming out way better. So if you have a stone-washed titanium, my recommendation is to take a light sandpaper and do this. Now, if you don't really like the way it turned out, take some sandpaper, take this coloring off, which I'm assuming is how you take it off. I'd have to look it up. But you take this coloring off, which I know is easy to do, and then you just prep it again and you do some more. And you keep doing that until you get the color you like. Eventually, guys, I'm going to take this, and this thing is going to pop like a son of a gun, and we're going to get awesome at this. We're going to get awesome at it together. So, this is my very condensed version, first time learning. If I can do it on my first time, you guys can. My name is Tyler. Let's put this thing back together, and, you know, I'll probably, yeah, you guys can, I don't know, roll the credits, I guess. My name's Tyler, this is Everyday EDC. Stay sharp, stay safe, have a great freaking day, you know what I mean? Doesn't take long to put this together, so might as well see the finished product. It's kind of the most fun part, right? I wish this was my show side. This side looks way better. But you can tell, and I don't know if it shows up on camera, but like right here, this line, that's where most of my sanding hit really well. And guess what? It looks awesome. It looks way better than the other side does. Just hand tightening. Yeah, we're good. Centering's okay. And second to note, another thing we learned today, guys, is if you have something that already came in warped, such as these scales from Raylight, which Raylight scales, I've given an okay review, I've given a bad review. It's going back to bad because this dude, while super customer service oriented and super willing to make it right, I've seen a couple guys on Reddit already that has the same issue that I do on the same side. So there's no quality control coming out of there, and I can't recommend that product right now. But this is what this guy looks like with that stupid pocket clip. I should put the pocket clip that, oh, that's what I should do. I got a pocket clip I can do an Anno 2 with, thanks to Jake. We'll do that eventually. But this is my first iteration. First time annoing, flame annoing some titanium. This side turned out really well, but what do? What's the difference? Prep your side. If it's stonewashed and not bare titanium, you gotta prep that. My name is Tyler. Let's show the cool side. This is Everyday EDC. This is my first time flame annoing titanium. You guys stay sharp, stay safe. Have a great freaking day, guys.